Well, hello again. Another little video. Just excuse my voice, I'm flued up. I've been for a few days now with a bad cough as well. Nothing to worry about. I have done a test and I am negative, so I've got no worries on that. So we'll get on with the video. What this is a mixture of stuff really, but a lot of it is to do with Railmaster problems which I've had over different periods. Not mine, but other people's. I've been doing this for 9 years, so the amount of calls you can imagine I've had when let's say I did 10 tracks of the week. And also is some new bits I've had, and also how to make this look a lot better. So first of all, I'll go to over here. What we have here is a chap in Australia named David. I did some work for him, and what he did, he sent me a packet of Australian chocolate biscuits. By the way, David, were delicious. And also this BP 100-ton fuel tanker. I've just renewed my Backman Club, Collectors Club. I've been doing it since 2015 now. And every year you join, or renew, as I say, you get a wagon. And what they are these. You can't actually buy them, they're only on the Collectors Club. Now notice they're $14.95 a piece. So this is for 2016, but I started in 2015, and that's the first one which I had, which is that one there. Then as we go through them, that was the next one. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and that's the one just come the other day, 12 ton. So they say you can't buy these, they are Collectors Club only. Also what you get with that particular club is you get this catalogue. Now this catalogue goes through 009 N gauge and O gauge and some double O gauge, is saying that. But what it actually does, if I can just get it over here, man, do this, is with this particular one, what you get, those are N scale of course, you get all the locos. Whereas of course with the Hornby one you get a lot of pictures of trains. But they're all, when you come to there's all the wagons, there's all scenery for N gauge. Then you get onto the double O gauge ones. And what they do is when you get to like these, they tell you all the classes. So 57s, I've got one of them, like that. All the coaches, wagons, scenery. So that is £8.95. So if you call that £9 and £15 for the wagon, and then you get a catalogue each year. You get a quarterly magazine, coloured magazine, and I've been in since then. I love it. Because one of the things is when people tell me about a class 37, a class 23 or 25, what it might be, I haven't got a clue what they're talking about. I worked on the railway, but one of the things when I was on the railway, I was a signal and telegraph lineman. I actually ended up, before I left the railway, I was the signal and telegraph lineman for the Churnick Valley line, which is now a heritage site. It's only 6 miles from me here, where I live. But they said, well, you worked on the railway. I said, yeah. I said, but when I worked on the railway, it was a big black thing coming down the track and could kill me. I didn't know anything about trains. My job was doing signalling. I didn't know all the different classes and types of trains. So that's where, normally what I do is when people talk to me about different classes, I will go to this and hunt the class out, so at least I know what they're talking about. Sorry about that, but that's the way I work it. Right, now then, when it comes to this bit, right, if you notice on mine, one thing is if I click this set of points here, like this, you hear them click, right? I did have one, this is where I get questions from sometimes. A chap said, how can I shut up that mouse? Well, what you've got is if you go into the settings and go to this one down here, take that tick out and click it, it'll take it away. So if I take that out, like this, and do this now, look, stop the ticking. Now then, another one, I've had one or two people this, also is when I'm doing layouts of people when I'm putting lots of signals in and stuff like this, is if I, like this one here, is what you get is you can get these numbers, the code numbers of the decoders, blocking these point markers or blocking signal markers. Now another one, so what you can do with that is if you go into the settings again, go to logo detection, and down here there's one there that says show point numbers. If you take that out and do this, what happens now is they've all gone. So it's more so is when you're getting down onto the the 50% screens, so it's a lot smoother. Because again, if you know what the numbers of the points are, you don't need that bit in. So same as on here, I know that's number 1, so I just click that now. Look, see, and it works without the clicking of the mouse. Of course, all the signals are working, of course. But so say that'll do all that down there. See, they've all gone. So it looks a bit smarter. But also, as one of the things is if I just turn some more lights on the stuff on here, right. Another one you can do is normally, if on yours you might see you've got little arrow buttons in there. I've taken them out. So what you've got basically looks like a mimic screen. So the ones that are lit, like that, and that one, and that one. So if I click this now, oh, I can't, there's a train on it, but I'll go up here a minute. So if we go to this one and click this one, see, they're just like on a mimic screen, but they do that. Now what you got to do with that is you go to this, you go to your INI file, and in there you will find somewhere, I don't know where mine is on this one, there we are, point button arrows. It's normally showing just one, so if it's 1 it'll show the buttons. Put a 0 in there, click it out, then what you've got to do, you've actually got to turn Railmaster off and turn it back on again to do it. Now for those who I've got the Pro, you know, in the Pro what you do is you set up your point numbers to what they are there, but there's a little box and it says startup number, so you put exactly the same number in that as that. Now watch what happens. I'll just turn this off for now. Wait for it to go off. Right, now I'm going to put it back on again. And you'll see them light up, you see them working across the screen. Wait for it, you watch them, you see them all start lighting as the points go round. For some people it takes a lot longer because the amount of points and signals they got in, but I haven't got that many. Come on, keep going. There we go. Now watch these light up, like here. It's doing the points. You see these light, there's one, just done. Another one up there. This will be another one, there's another one to come up. You see them light up. Because that's showing you that they're all in sequence as they're going on. So that's another little thing you can do with them. Now, when it comes to railway problems, I say over 9 years, I've had hundreds. I mean hundreds. Some of them I can fix in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And others, it takes me quite a long time to get at them. So one of the things is having the TeamViewer on your computer. If you've got the TeamViewer on your computer, all you do is go to Google, type in TeamViewer, free download, and then you just download the actual TeamViewer. When you click on it, it'll give you an ID number and a password number. All you do is you ring me, give me those, and I'll link to your computer. Now this is where people get frightened. When I go on your computer, you will see what I'm doing. I do not go into your document files. I don't go into your pictures. All I'm dealing with is Railmaster. So the only thing that I will touch in there are Railmaster. So some of the things I can actually do quite easily. I did one the other week and he got a set of points up here, like up there, we say, and they wouldn't work. So what I actually did, I actually got into his Railmaster file, copied his track plan onto my computer in 2 minutes, and then I said, right, now leave it with me and I'll try and sort it out, and then I'll email you back when I've sorted it out. And what it was is that he got like this, he got one after the other of sidings coming off. And this one here was the one that wasn't operating properly. And what it was, there was not a space between that one and that one. And that was overriding that one. So all I had to do is, I had to squash his screen down a bit to get it in and put it all in. See, also, if you send me your track plan, I will then put you all the signals in to operate your track. So, like I can't do it on that one, on this one here. If I click this one now, you see that's gone to green for that way there. These two, which is a double header, because that'll be red because you can't go over there. That would have been green, but that's now gone to stop. For the fact is, you can't come across here because this track's gullied. So if I actually do this and watch this one here, there it is, it's come back again. So I can do all that. I've done quite a few of them just recently. I've done with 40, 50 signals in the system. All I need to know is which way round your trains go, whether it's clockwise and anti-clockwise on that track and that track, and then I can set it all up for you. It's quite easy. I'm quite happy to do that for you. I love doing all this and also doing all my programming. Right, coming to programming. Right, now then, one of the things which you all most already know about is if you click this, and then what it says is whatever you touch after this, it'll record it. And this is where, you know, when you look at mine, there's all them. There's about 120 odd programs in there. So what you do is once you run your program, run your train to where you got to, you then stop your train, you then go to here, click that again, and it says, do you want to see what you've done? And it'll show you. And then all that then, you give it a name, and that then is your program. So you make sure your train start off at the right spot. And what will actually happen then is that train will should go around. All you have to do is sometimes just adjust the timing a bit. Now then, one thing with your trains, as I've said before, is CV3, which is acceleration rate, and CV4, which is deceleration rate. Now my class 29, that one there, the CV on 3 is 120. It takes 120 seconds for you to get to full speed. And basically that train has got to come all the way around, and get to there before it gets to full speed, as most of my trains have. My like steam trains and stuff like that, they're all set at 40. When you set them at, just experiment with them, just try it. And what it does is when you set it at 40, the train will just gently start off and build up speed. And you can adjust that so if it still looks a bit fast, because what happens is if you put that down at 5, you press the cruise, what happens, that train will go off like a bullet. So it looks more realistic on your layout. But there is another way. It's a bit fun, but what you can do is if you go on, I'll go onto here, and if I go now to here, where is it now? Right, this one. Right. What this one is a manual putting in. Now this is where it can get problems with the amount of time, but the thing is, if the train's going round the track, it's not going to fly off the end of the track. So what I've done here is I've put 0 in, got the train, it is the HN rail, and what I've done there is if you go into this box here, like this, and go down here, what you've got in here are special little units. There's all your sounds, where you got your functions in and everything else. But one of the things is one there, and it says accelerate forward 0 to 50. So what you've got to think of, that's 50 seconds. So what I've done then is then at 57, I've then put another one in, HN rail, and deceleration 50 to 0. And that's all it is. Now I'll show you that in action. So what I'm going to do is just putting this one on here. So what we do now is we'll just go and find that one again. It's fun doing some of these. There it is, that one there. Now we're ready. I'll click that. See how slowly it starts off, and it'll build up to 50 miles an hour. It's still building up speed. And then what it'll start to doing then, if you actually watch this part, so that's going to, you can see the little clock there. As soon as it gets to 57, it'll start the other way around. Yeah, it's now going to start to slow down. And that's how it works. Now, as most of you know, I'll just turn this train off for a minute. I do all this for different people. I've just had one actor this morning. He was a bit of a cable problem he got, but also is it? I said, "Well, have you got the Pro?" He said, "Yeah." Well, if you go on to Pro and go into here, that one there, and go to this one here, which is backup, what you get is if you put a disc in, which you can put a disc in there, you'll get up here C drive or D drive or F drive, what you might be put in. You click on that one, you click that, you click the little green tick, that one there, it's not doing tick that, and what it'll actually do, it'll back up your file. And what it'll do then is everything in Railmaster is on that disk. You can't use it to put it into another computer, you've still got to have it registered. But all, if it says me, there's 120 odd 30 odd programs. I would lose all them on a standard system unless I actually manually, one by one, put them onto a disk or memory stick. Well, that all puts it all on there. You've got to manually put them back, but at least you've got everything saved. So every time you put a new loco in, you change the track or where it might be, all you do is put the disc in, go to there, copy it, and it's done. You haven't got too much worry about them. But anyway, one of the things is, as I've mentioned before with this Railmaster, I've been doing it 9 years. I don't charge anybody for doing this, what I do for them, whether it takes me 2 or 3 days to do something or not. The service is free. But recently, one of my chap I know, he's pushed me to put a donation button onto my computer. Now, for those who've donated already, I thank you very much. I am most grateful. And those who've sent me gifts, thank you very much for those as well. Much appreciated again. But for those who want to know about my donation button, what you've got is, if you go onto Google and go onto YouTube, sorry, and you type in Alby Railmaster Brian Hughes, you'll get this. And these are all my videos here. Look, see that. But on this thing here is a cog, or this little icon. See, there's 143 videos showing there, and there's 1,030 subscribers. So if you click on that, what you get is this. This is what I see on my screen downstairs, and I'm working on it normally. But what you've got is down here, just here under that blue little man there, there's a donation button. If you click that, that'll take you to PayPal. And all you've got to do then is you can put whatever you want in, which 50p, pound, what you want. And you can do it 2 ways. You can put it in as one donation, or you can, as I've got 1 or 2, where they're putting in a certain amount, and that goes in every month. So you can do it whichever way you want, but so say you're not forced to do it. Anything you've got to never worry that I will charge you for this. It's up to you if you want to donate. I'm quite happy with that. So that is the thing as it is. So I say sorry for my voice at the moment. Anyway, so if anybody wants me at any time, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.